which kind of, let's just get into the convo in general. I just want to know just what's kind of been the last 48 hours like, you know, what kind of calls you getting.
Ready to start a World War III.
Man.
Wait, you said you want me to read something?
No, I'll tell you.
Okay.
I'm going to come to you on that.
Okay.
The last 48 hours has been interesting. I got basically attacked by Jordan of media on the #1 platform of media. It was a hit piece against me. And the funny thing was that most people saw it for what it was, and it really didn't do the effect that I think they thought it was. But I will say this. It's funny because I'm going to just say this. Jack, please don't read the name, but I wanted to show everybody the first text I wake up to this morning. Can you read it, Jack?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
It says, dude calling around asking about you, trying to dig up information. LOL is on. He is investigating your life now.
Perfect. Now the crazy part about it is that that's what Dame said to me yesterday. Dame said they gonna come out to try to attack you, look into you. I'm just gonna tell them it's a waste of time. This is what I want, Charlamagne. You wanna know what I was doing in 2006? I got records on the radio that tells you. You wanna know what I was doing in 2007? I could tell you. I got records that was on the radio. There's no year of my life where you could find a hole in it to figure out who I am. You are surrounded by my people. I don't think he understands that. Charlamagne is an artist in my world. We don't keep it real with artists 100% because artists can hurt you because the artist is the person on the mic, right? Don P, you know this because you're an artist / executive producer and everything. When you in the artist hat, you get treated way differently than you are with the executive hat. So I see Charlamagne like as an artist, and to me it's like, I don't know, man, but I will say this. Look at this. I'm gonna do this real quick. I have 4 books of 4 people who I genuinely look up to in this world. Stephen A., the GOAT at talking. L.A., my first teacher. Bill Belichick, the greatest coach to ever make. And this guy, who has a book that says, Get Honest or Die Laughing. Meanwhile, he got caught in a lie going after me so bad. He came after me so bad that even academics had to check him. Like, you talking about Ray like Ray didn't say, I heard. You so busy going after a mid-level podcaster. I caught that straight, by the way. I am a mid-level podcaster.
It's all right.
But let me tell you why I'm a mid-level podcaster. Because in 2008, I was making hits. I wasn't podcasting. I just started. And by the way, in 2026, still making hits.
Hello.
And so it's like, you can't hurt me. So calling around is funny, but I don't think Charlamagne understands this. It's like, I want to explain to him. It's like, I am from the streets. And what I mean by the streets, I am the guy that had to get to your floor by hustling from the streets. You already were there. I always loved Charlamagne. I always admired him because I remember him when he first started in South Carolina.
Columbia.
And I knew he was going to be big. I was like, it's just one of those, like, I'm a manager. You know, our job is to always pick the winners. He was one of the first winners I picked in my life. So I was like, that guy's going to be huge. And I've always been a fan of his, but it feels like now he's compromised. And now I'm getting texts saying he's looking into me. Like, bro, you ever seen the movie Odyssey? Okay, so I'm gonna try to break it down from that perspective. I have sat at the feet of men and bowed down to men. I've kissed rings. I've kissed rings of people who probably don't even know I kissed their ring because I was nobody to them in the room. I've been in this shit 20 years, making money, doing it. You can't hurt me. When you call your publicist friend, that's my homie too. When you call that promo guy to get some information on them, those are all my niggas. By the way, I've helped way more of them than you ever have. Nigga, nobody can tell you that they didn't call Ray Daniels and I didn't do everything in my power to move a mountain for someone. That's just who I am as a person, because I wish someone did that for me. So to see him attack me and go on the way he is, to me it was just like, okay, you really compromised. And I think the audience is watching it. But you can look into me all y'all want. There's nothing to find.
Let me ask you this though, in this like weird way, like, are you not like kind of flattered by that? Because to me, if him or they or whatever it is, they got to do all of this, that means that they see you as a threat.
I'm not. I don't want to say I'm flattered. I have perspective, so I understand what it is. I appreciate it because a response is acknowledgement, right? And he started a fight with me over something that I didn't even say about him.
Right.
I didn't even say nothing about him. I said something about somebody else, and he started a fight with me. So it's like, it's about acknowledgement. But you know what I say? You have to have perspective. I think about how Jay came up. There's nobody, Derek, you in the room, I ain't lying. There's nobody who gets to the top without ruffling feathers. It's just impossible. It's like when Jay came on, nigga, Jay-Z did the most smartest thing any rapper could ever do. You know what he did? He took the 2 most popular rappers and he put his name in there with him. People be sitting around arguing who's the best, Biggie, Jay-Z, or Nas. I don't think everybody was arguing that until he said it. He put himself in the conversation. See, I watched them and I know how they do, so I did the same thing for myself and it's working. If anything, I feel like they should love me and shoot me to the top. I'm one of y'all.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening in a way, though, right? I think just by him, the way he came at you, I feel like, number one, he got to respect you for him to even do that.
Right.
I mean, because that was a long dunk the other day. I mean, he had your face and everything.
That's like,
and to be honest, Ray, I think they need you right now as well. They need this because, a lot of the sentiment and the rumors were people has kind of stopped watching. They weren't getting the ratings they were getting since they've been on Netflix. Their ratings have failed and their views have failed.
And once again, because I'm an industry insider, I know this to be a fact. Netflix is trying to figure out how to recover the podcast space because it's not working for them. So yeah, you might be number one, but you're number one in a space that's not working. Because you know how I know? Because Netflix calls my friends. It's weird. It's like, I don't think he understands. Charlamagne has lived in a fishbowl his entire career. I have lived outside of it. I know everybody. I know everything about the bowl, how to get in it, how to get out of it, all of this stuff. You live in a fishbowl. So this is what you don't know. I know you way better than you know me. I've watched you. I've studied you. I was there the day that Busta Rhymes tried to fight you at the restaurant on La Cienega when Boo broke it up. I was standing right there. You just didn't know who I was, but I knew who you was because I don't live in a fishbowl. I was there. So it's like so you attack someone that literally, and I'm the greatest counterpuncher alive. I won't hit you, but I will punch your ass back. I don't hit people, but don't fucking hit me or I'll punch you back. So for me, it's just interesting how it's playing out, but I really think he's killing his brand right now. I think he's going at Ak is different than going at Ray. Yep. Ak has built his career being a heel. I'm trying to heal people. I'm trying to help people and also talk my crazy opinion, but I give that anyway.
Yeah, where is Charlamagne's no man? We always talk about the yes man. Where is his no man? Because after seeing what you posted yesterday, the first thing I would have did this morning was apologize.
He can't say no because the big man is making him do that. He has to say yes to that. That's at least how it appears. I want to say this too, Ray. I think, in my opinion, that this whole approach has been a huge mistake because this wasn't the first time you said something like this over the last few months. Like, we talked about the Target, release with the Reasonable Doubt anniversary. We said, okay, he had a partner for that. That didn't go that crazy. If they wouldn't have brought all this attention to it, you make them donkey of the day, you say fake news, you do all of these things, you made it way bigger. It would have been a passing point because, like we said on the previous show, that was way into the show. Like, you should have just let it blow by, in my opinion.
I'm going to be honest with y'all. I think Rock Nation leaked that clip of me. Let me ask you this. What do you think about this? What's happening with Hollywood, YC, Schoolie? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Hollywood YC did the cut already, so I met him, but I don't know anything about.
I watched all of it. So.
Okay, so I was saying, can you help me see what it is? Okay.
Tapped In TV, we have to pay attention.
Let's go Tapped In TV.
All right,
tapped in.
All right, guys. So basically, Hollywood YC, if you're not in Atlanta, you may not be familiar, but he's been in the scene for a long time. He's familiar around here. And basically, Schoolie got on TikTok Live randomly and just kind of started talking shit about Hollywood YC. He said he wanted to be like Thug. He wanted to dress like Future. He just started coming at Hollywood YC.
Okay, that's what happened.
Now, YC replies and says, I'm out your bracket, brother. Like, that's basically what he was saying. He was kind of like trying to make fun of, like, saying that Schoolie is using his money for drugs and this and that. And he said, I ain't never have to have 2 Chainz to give me his old rings and shit like that. And then the OG 2 Chainz steps in and basically says, like, bro, I'm not worried about none of this little shit y'all talking about. Like, I'm me, nigga. I'm never gonna talk about what I've done for Schoolie. We not doing that. And then ultimately that leads to Big Bank coming out and being like, what happened to Atlanta? We never used to put our shit online. Everything used to be all internal, which is why the rest of the world thought, damn, Atlanta stick together. So it's like, that's kind of the timeline.
My thoughts is, my real thoughts is that you only have things like this happen when it feels like the money is drying up. Mm-hmm. And now people are like competing for like, where there was like, we was competing for $1 million, now we competing for 100,000 and I need that fucking money. Mm-hmm. To me, this type of thing, this is a result of people not getting what they wanted from the business. I know Schoolie, 2 Chainz is my nigga, but to me, it feels like it's more Hollywood YC and Schoolie going at it. But to me, I think that's good. Like creating, like, Atlanta is getting big enough where you can like separate the size of town like New York is, where it's like 50 is from Queens. They all from New York, but Jay is from Brooklyn. Cardi's from the Bronx, stuff like that. But I feel like if Hollywood YC and Schoolie just kind of talked about the difference between Southside dudes and dudes from the West Side, I think that's great content. As long as anybody getting hurt or whatever, like I don't have a problem with it. But Tit shouldn't have responded. But then. That's the thing about Atlanta that people don't understand. Your reputation here really matters.
Yeah, I think this is the perfect example of what we were just talking about. Because you got Hollywood YC, which is a street dude.
Yep.
You got Schoolie, which is a regular artist. Mm-hmm. Then you have 2 Chainz, which is like a CEO artist that Schoolie is signed to, right? And then you have the podcast, The Big Bang. Where everybody says, hey, we need to go on Big Bank and talk about this, right?
Yes.
We need to go on Big Bank and talk about this. You know why? Because Big Bank is the podcaster that's you're going to be able to get your story out, and that's going to be the narrative.
Kind of like a mediator in a way.
Like a mediator, right? Big Bank has become like the Atlanta mediator.
If it's drama, go see Bank.
If it's drama, go see Bank, because everybody respects Bank and respect his word, respect where he come from, his OG, everything. Yep. But it did bring me to something of why did 2 Chainz respond to Hollywood YC? 2 Chainz has, like 9 million monthly listeners.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying, on Spotify. Hollywood YC has 500.
Mm-hmm. 500 what? 1,000 or 500?
No, 500.
Monthly listeners.
Monthly listeners, right?
Okay.
So, obviously, YC said something that was personal enough for 2 Chainz to respond. Mm-hmm. And it's like you said, a lot of people said Schoolie didn't get his just due.
Yep.
And I wonder if the reason 2 Chainz responded was because, you know, maybe he feels like that people are trying to blame him for Schoolie not becoming the superstar that people think that Schoolie was supposed to be.
Yeah.
I just want to correct you.
Because they tried to do what Charlamagne did with Ray.
Yeah, you go. No,
they tried to say 2 Chainz not Atlanta.
He said that?
He did.
Yeah, he tried to say he in Atlanta. He tried to say you ain't never do nothing that big in the game, like, which is crazy.
Man, that's definitely crazy.
Listen, let me say this. Hollywood YC, Schoolie, let me tell you something. We are so much better together. And I understand how it feels when you feel like I got to get mine. Because when I was coming up, my first 10 years of my career, I was a different dude. I thought I had to kill everybody to win, right? And it wasn't until I started hanging around honestly, Dr. Luke, and seeing you could win without having to compete. You just got to be great at what you do. I just think that, you know, I will focus on what I'm doing. Because the only thing I'll say is that Atlanta, it could get street quick.
Yeah.
That's the
now
only
keep in mind, Schoolie started it. So
that's
keep in mind, Schoolie went at Hollywood YC first. So Hollywood is basically responding
defending himself.
To what he said.
But there's nothing wrong. But then it's like you got to understand something. Like I look at this shit like wrestling. This is the bout. The bout is Schoolie versus YC. Do we think there are 2 wrestlers that deserve that's a good bout? That's a good bout. Everybody get out the way. As long as it's friendly and as long as it's that, it's cool. But I don't know if Atlanta is able to handle beefs without it going there, because everybody here has guns.
Yes.
Well, that's why they going to big bank. They
Yeah,
gonna settle.
yeah.
They gonna settle it up.
Yeah, please, bank, like, please.
Yeah, they'll settle it. I don't think it's that serious. Like
One thing I did appreciate is they kept reiterating, like, it ain't that. Like, we ain't got to take it there at the end of that. But I do want to ask y'all this question, which is, this is a tough convo. I feel like this is a convo that's had beyond closed doors sometime. And
We got 10 more minutes. We'll get into it.
All
We
right.
got to go cut. Let's go.
Cool. So from y'all opinion, I love Schoolie. Why do y'all think he never got what he was supposed to get?
I mean, sometimes it's the business. The exec is going to get blamed every single time.
Yes.
So put it like this: Ray
Please,
knows
go ahead,
this
go
because
ahead.
Ray is an executive, right?
Yep, please.
So Ray knows that when things go great, it's because of the artist. When things go wrong, it's because of the executive. You know what I'm saying? So I think when people blame 2 Chainz, for Schoolie, a lot of people blame 2 Chainz for Schoolie not making it, but it could have been anything. It could have been the business. It could have been just not enough people. It could have been the music not translating from Atlanta to the world. You know what I'm saying? It could have been anything.
And let me tell you something. An artist working is more about timing than it is anything else.
Yep.
It might not have just been your time.
Yep.
And sometimes when it's not your time, you quit. You don't stay in the saddle.
There you go.
And then you see your time, it become your moment, and now you behind. Right? So it's like first of all, I've spoken to Schoolie a couple of times. Every time I see Schoolie, we speak his love, but when I hear the reverence this city has for Schoolie, when I hear the reverence that this city has for what he means to this, like that makes me look at him like I'm like, damn, they love him here.
Yes.
And it's like, I would tell Schoolie, it's sometimes, bro, it's not nothing to do with you why it didn't work.
Yep.
If I had to guess what it was, you were signed to 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz had to deal with Atlantic, and it was a lot of artists that they was pushing that once. I remember it was more than Schoolie. It was
Bankroll.
Yeah, it was like the whole bankroll, everything.
So what happens anytime that rollout goes out, it fails.
And I think it's important for us to say too, it's not over.
That's my
You still young.
That's my
you can
point.
Still
It's like,
make records.
But here's the thing: if you came in this industry and they told you it's over, you'll believe it's over. You start to act like it's over.
Yeah.
And what I'm telling you is that from what I hear about Schoolie and how his talent, he is that nigga.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, in Atlanta, when I go to the bank or I'm at a show and I'm in Atlanta, I done sold millions of records, right?
Yep.
I go in there, if Schoolie in there, I'm not the biggest person in the building. Schoolie is gonna be the biggest person
bro, they
in
love
that
him.
building. And when he get on that stage, people gonna sing his song word for word.
Bro, they talk about him like that. So you gotta look at it like this. So Schoolie is probably frustrated. I don't know what's going on. I need to figure out my shit. People on the internet is not real, but don't pay attention to the comments. People on the comments saying stuff. Somebody probably commenting that's close to you. So Schoolie responds and says, YC name. YC is just being a real street nigga. It's like, fuck, that is up, right? So you can't blame him for it. And YC was smart. The smart move would bring your boss in it. Because if I can get your boss to respond, it's going to be bigger. Tit responded. So now Tit's involved. So now you can't say you don't know about it. You can't say you don't know me. You can't say none of that. And YC kind of set him up like, boy, look at you, act like that, boy. It's like he lined him up a little bit. Where it's like, I got you. So my thing is, Tit is too big to address that.
Yeah.
Tit know what he did. He did his best. And by the way, you know why 2 Chainz is not Titty Boy? Because when he came up in DTP, he was bunched in with a whole bunch of acts. Really North Pole, fucking Player Circle, everything else.
Yep.
And then I-20, Shauna, all that. He was a part of a group of a Sambo, and he had to figure it out on his own. He made the hit with Duffel Bag Boys. By the way, if y'all have not read 2 Chainz' book, please read it. I love it. He made the record with Duffel Bag Boys, smash, and then he goes on the road with Wayne, and Wayne shows him how to be a professional.
Yep.
And that's when he became 2 Chainz, and he started winning. So my thing, 2 Chainz, is these guys, as far as career, are in elementary school or middle school at the most. You are in college, maybe your bachelor's degree. You've sold out arenas. You are a headliner.
Sure, yeah.
So, we was talking earlier, and, obviously Jay-Z and other rappers kind of like made their bones being the drug dealer, kingpin rappers, and artists like Future and Juice WRLD and different people, Lil Wayne, made more of their bones as being the drug user rappers. So the question that I wanted to propose to y'all is, like, who do you think has been more detrimental to our community, the drug dealer rapper or the drug user rapper?
I think the drug using rapper. I think the drug using rapper, because the drug using rapper only cares about capitalism. I think the drug using rapper cares about the drugs. So it's like even
So
if
you think the drug
Wait, say
dealing
that
rapper,
again. Yeah,
the
you
drug
said
dealing
that.
rapper,
You said
is
drug
the
using
worst.
rapper.
no. The drug dealing rapper
Okay.
Is the worst.
is the worst
Okay.
because the drug deal. I'm sorry, the
Okay.
drug dealing rapper is
Okay.
only focused on saying whatever he got to say. And like I think it's listen. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's terrible if you rapping about dope and how much dope you sold, and you go to the suburbs and your kids go to private school. I think that's terrible. If you a dope boy rapper and your kids go to private school, you are a part of the problem. That's why I love Tip. Honestly, because I love that he put King in like a regular school. I was like, I just love that. It's like, he want to go to regular school, I'm gonna let you. That's what made me love him so much. But in my opinion, I think it's the drug dealing rapper because the drug dealing rapper knows better. The drug dealing rapper comes with the turkeys at the end of the year for Thanksgiving with the money he made selling crack to your moms. The drug dealing rapper don't give a fuck about nothing but his bottom line. The drug using rapper cares about the drugs. He loves the drugs. They're his best friend. So he's really making a love song to his best friend. It's toxic too. So for me, I look at it like they both do damage, but I'm going to say the drug dealer is worse because he has worse intent. The drug user is just trying to escape their feeling. The drug dealer is trying to take advantage of you escaping their feeling and make money for themselves. That's what I would say.
I could agree with that, and I want to just add, I grew up in a really big drug dealing community. And I think to add on to that, just the drug dealer, a lot of my peers, a lot of my friends didn't have fathers. And then what happened is then a lot of them didn't understand how to be men. And now their kids don't understand how to be men. So it's like a trickle effect, like with the generations when the father's not present.
Yeah.
When your dad is in jail or your dad is dead, God forbid if that happens, then and the music, all of that plays a part in it, then it's like a bad trickle down effect.
Bro, Jay-Z, Kanye, Tip, who else? Naughty by Nature, Pac, DMX. They raised me. Nigga, I learned, I am not ashamed to say I got my education from rappers. Talking they shit. It's like, dog, it's so important. That's why I know how important it is because I'm living proof. I never had a coach talk to me. I never played an instrument. I never had anybody say, Ray, you could be anything. It was just like, but I had Jay-Z saying, Hove on that new shit. Niggas like, how come? Niggas want my old shit. Buy my old album. That reminded me, stop talking about old shit. You know what I'm trying to say? When Kanye said, it seems we live in the American dream, but the people highs up, that shit make me feel better about myself. When you hear the prettiest people do the ugliest things. It's like these are moments that make you feel safer as a human in the world that I want to be in because these are guys that are like me going through what I would go through and they giving me information. So that's why I like the podcast game because it's like dropping albums every week. Like we giving you game, information, everything. So those guys and that shit got, dog, Music Soul Child, Just Friends. No, not Just Friends, Half Crazy. Dog, my father died March 3rd, 2002. I had to drive myself to New York. That song was one of the biggest songs on radio. This was back when you didn't have iPods in 2002. You had to drive, and when you got to a new city, you listened for the radio station. Right?
Yeah, remember those days?
Every radio station that I played, the first song they played was Music Soul Child, Half Crazy. That song reminds me of my dad's death. I can't hear that song without crying. That's playing you know how important that moment is to my life and who I am? My dead father, and I'm like, I gotta figure out a way to figure life out, and it's like, these rappers don't understand the importance of them. They don't understand how much the world looks up to them. And to me, it's like, you gotta take some responsibility about what you're saying. But the drug dealing rapper is the worst.
See, for me, I personally would say that I feel like the user has the more negative influence on the youth because I feel like the average everyday person probably has heard dealing drugs. If you black, you probably know somebody or knew somebody that was moving something, but a lot of people never really could see themselves doing it at a high level versus if you hear the right artist say this about a pill, this about that at the right moment, you might be like, maybe I'll try that one night. You get what I'm saying?
Well, drug using is community. Drug dealing is leadership.
So it's like,
What'd you say?
No, I was just about to say that because we looked up to the dope dealers in the
Yes.
hood. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes most of the time they were the ones who owned the barbershops and everything.
Yeah.
You know
They
what
led
I'm
the
saying?
neighborhood. We
Yeah.
followed-
The kids sneakers.
Yeah, all that. You know what I'm saying? And that's who the kids wanted to be like.
Yep.
So they're not only are they, selling drugs to the people like that's adults, but they're raising the youth to be like them. You know what I'm saying? So I do think the drug dealer is probably the worst. But now the one I want to be, I'd rather be the drug dealer than
Absolutely.
the junkie for sure.
Absolutely.
But it just make me think about that point. He my GOAT, but Future said it himself where he said that when him and Juice WRLD came to make that album, I think it's called The World on Drugs. He said, Juice WRLD said, man, I started doing drugs because of you. You get what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
I feel like a lot of people was influenced by Wayne to try lean. Like, Papa Molly, I'm sweating. Like, it's fun. Oh, I'll pop a Molly. I'll have one little night. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's the only thing. Like, I think definitely we want to be like the drug dealer, but more people might actually be willing to experiment with the drug like a user.
But let me say this. If you are a junkie and you are an artist, then you should sing about being a junkie.
Yeah, they don't tell that part a lot of
I'm
times.
just being honest with you. Like if
The dark side of it.
The dark
Amy
side.
Winehouse.
Yeah.
Like dog, fucking what's his name? The Weeknd. I Can't Feel My Face. That song about snorting coke.
Yeah.
You're right.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yep.
It's like
It's a pop record.
if you use the drug, I think we're okay with it. But drug dealers sell the drugs and don't use them. Use a fuck nigga. Like, it's like you're selling the crack to them, but you won't use it.
Well, you know
can't
this.
get high if you don't
know
survive,
this-
man.
No. Okay, let me give you another perspective. Hear me out. I own McDonald's. I don't feed my kids McDonald's though. Am I a fuck nigga?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
What's
For
the
sure.
difference?
You saw that CEO when he tried to bite it.
What's the difference?
They cut it. They cut the.
And cut.
Yep.
No, that's my point. The CEO of McDonald's he probably don't even feed his kids McDonald's. That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
real.
If you rapping about it and you using it, I respect you at least. If you don't use it and you rap about it, and if you're not selling anymore and you rapping about it like you use it, you got to figure out another way to talk about it. It's not cool. What else we want to talk about?
All right.
Well, hold on. Last thing I want to
Okay.
say is this. Just my personal opinion. I really don't think Jay-Z should drop another album. I don't. What does he have to gain from dropping an album at this point? Like, there's been so much chatter around Jay-Z at this point. He's the Drake back and forth, all of these things. What is there even to gain from him dropping it at this point? And now with all of the chatter and focus on him getting a partner, everybody gonna look at it like you got an asterisk beside the first week. It's not gonna come off the same like the Genius IQ move it did 10 years ago, in my opinion.
You know what? I know the real reason why he's going to drop an album, but I'm not going to say it. Because
Okay.
if I say it, they're going to be really mad at why he's going to drop
No,
it.
don't stop now, Ray.
No, I'm not going to say it.
We don't need them, them SUVs outside.
What I am going to say is that, bro, I am a Hove fan. Jay-Z has done this to us, his fan base, since I was a kid. Reasonable Doubt, my last album. In my lifetime, that's my... All right, y'all ain't like that one. I'm going to give y'all Streets is Watching, and that's it. Hard Not Life, that's it. The Blueprint, that's it. The Black Album, that's it.
Yeah.
The Kingdom Come Album, y'all, it's like Jay-Z's whole approach to his career has been scarcity is more. If I say it's not enough coming, it's gonna make y'all. I'm only saying what I watched. Scarcity is more, right? So you got to understand something. His fan base is older,
Absolutely.
so we're gonna stream it, but it's not enough of us to stream it. You might get, let's say if you get 100,000 of us to buy the vinyl. Like say if you got that much pull, that's great. And the streaming, you're still not gonna push over 200K. You got to remember, Jay-Z's whole persona is, I'm bigger than y'all. I'm at the top of the charts. Y'all all look up to me. If he drops an album and it doesn't do what Iceman did,
100K?
or it doesn't do, even if it does under 300, it's still like, well, look at the charts. You on the same charts as him, and we see what he did. So you got to remember, one of the laws of power is protect your reputation at all cost. So he's also got to protect his reputation. I think that he also dropping the album because he kind of needs to now. Like, this is his last moment, too. Like, you ain't gonna drop an album in his 60s. I don't think that. I mean, he's 55, 56. This is kind of his last moment to, like, drop an album before he just turns into, like, a legacy touring act, right? Like Lionel Richie and them, who's touring all around the world. He could do that. But, like, he's dropping this. I'll say this. As a Jay-Z fan, I don't think Jay-Z has ever given us an album that he didn't have to give to us. I think he always wanted to be the king, but he didn't want to always have to rap. That's why if you go listen to Biggs in them interviews, Jay-Z was always on everybody's record because he was hoping one of the other artists took off. He wanted to be like for the CEO, but it didn't work out that way because he's the greatest at what he does. He's the best rapper alive, and to ever live to me. But I say Biggs ever lived, but he's the greatest rapper alive to me. And he got to protect his reputation. I keep telling y'all, I worked with the best of them. Every year, Jimmy Iovine will tell Universal Records, we got a Dr. Dre album coming this year.
Yep, sure did.
Every year, he told them, we got an album coming. And every year, he never dropped an album. But why do you think he told them every year an album was coming? Does anybody know the secret?
To open the budget?
To open the budget. The album's coming. Once the new year come up, once the new money come in, oh, that money's written off. Yeah. Dre's dropping an album. He's in the studio. He's really ready right now. They got to keep the budget open. They have to keep the budget open. So you got to keep in mind, Dre never dropped an album, but what did Jimmy do? Jimmy did what Jay is trying to do. He built another vertical within his business that was able to cash him out as a billionaire, right? So Jay is playing the same game. He's playing the same game they're playing.
I think, too, I mean, like rap is like wrestling. So I'm an avid wrestling fan. So we know Ric Flair is fucking like 90 years old, and how many times he retired, came back, Hulk Hogan. I think it's the thrill of it for him, too. Because at the end of the day, what's going to happen? Like, the numbers may be whatever the numbers be, but people are going to talk. The media is going to talk. The streets is going to talk.
But you got to understand something.
Perception, though.
He says one thing famously. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Sometimes you got to skew the numbers for yourself.
You have
to maintain the reputation. Does that not sound like Donald Trump? It's like I'm not even saying it like that. I'm just like, let's be clear. Now, does that not sound like Trump? Do whatever you got to do to get the win.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying. You're gonna do whatever you got to do to get the win. Get the win.
But I think that was part of the problem with what you said. Like when you was talking, like when you pulled the curtain back. I think that's why they got mad. Because imagine being in negotiation and then you say, Jay-Z needs a partner. So now the partner is like, you need us? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It could kind of probably mess his numbers up, like far as when they in the middle of negotiating, because he got to act like they need him. But then you go on and say, he needs a partner. So that makes them be like, oh shit, he fucking up my negotiation strategy.
Let me give Jay-Z some game if that happened. Jay-Z needs to help the younger generation.
Hello.
And I know Memphis Bleak said he don't have to do that. The guy don't have to talk to y'all. And by the way, he doesn't. But let me tell you what happened. If Jay would have tweeted, y'all, around 5-6 years ago, Lucien, y'all need to start hiring more black execs.
Boom.
Today, nobody let nobody fuck with Jay.
Yep.
Because people would be like, Jay's tweet saved me. You don't tweet for us. You tweet for you. That's what I'm saying. You showed us you play for you, like Trump plays for him. It showed me I got to play for me. And by the way, that's how I started getting mine. Thinking like them, not thinking like it's us all together, we can win. It's like, it is us. It is all together, we can win. But you need to make sure you figure out what's in it for you.
Yeah.
Well, with that being said, let's stay there. Like, why do you think he never did that?
Because he doesn't care.
Yeah, that's not.
And my thing is, you have to care. I remember, man, dog. By the way, for the record, Charlamagne, I just put this out there. My life changed when I wrote a letter about the black plight.
Yep.
My life changed when I wrote a letter called Dear White Executives. That's when I became on a white people shit list, and they start trying to blackball me behind my back. By the way, I didn't fight. I just came back on camera. And now they all scared of me, having people call me saying, what does Ray want? To be quiet. Shut up. You know what I want. I want my money. But anyway, my point is that I just, it's the game.